Welcome to the drawing board. Every week, Matthew Foray, James Hawkins and me, Daniel Koshel, will be discussing all things related to the office products industry. Episode 5, client events and social events. So this week we'll be reviewing some of our experiences on past social gatherings and how they potentially will look in the future. So obviously for us, we've been trading since 2011 and we've had plenty of I've been on many client events, and even from when we kind of worked as a small team, we had lots of staff events, even if it was just like some drinks on a Friday and things like that. So go through this, let's talk about some experience in client events. Go on, Matt, I'll let you kick off.
We've done the sort of traditional one, sort of like saying hiring an area in a nice sort of venue, and then like saying bring a client, bring some prospects, bring some people from their office, and celebrate. So, I mean, that's the typical one that we've done. Then obviously look to different locations around London. But it is, you do sort of reflect and think straight away, how will the current time affect doing something similar like that?
Yeah, the pandemic, you mean?
Yeah, of course, yeah. So let's just say for argument's sake, in an ideal world, we'd be sort of around about now, we'd be looking at sort of, discussing and putting the wheels in motion for the next event. So you think I know there's talk of the pubs opening up 4th of July. So, in theory, just looking at how it used to work to how it's going to potentially work, do you know what I mean? What do we think is going to be sort of the good versus the bad?
Yeah, I agree. I think, looking on reflection of our last kind of 3-4 client events, like 2 of them got rained out on a rooftop terrace, which it wasn't fun. And then we had that one in December, which was like the heaviest snow in years. I think clients were worried that they wouldn't be able to get home because they get trapped, which is, fair enough. But we've been quite unfortunate in things like that. And I think when we kind of look at the client events now and trying to plan something, it's got to kind of be obviously safe. People are going to want to come. There's no point doing it unless we can get all of our clients there. And again, I think for me, of being a huge advocate of golf, even though I lost yesterday to you, Matt, on Monday, on my birthday, which is a bit sore, but I think there's going to be a massive return of golf as kind of like a social. I know it doesn't interest everyone, but there's going to be a select few people that are going to really be interested. I think it was kind of like the mahogany days of business as such, big oak tables and that kind of smoking offices, go down the golf club after for a lunch with a client and things like that. But maybe something like that where interaction and things is saying that can be done. You can take your own clubs, you can have your own buggy, you can keep a safe distance and things. It's saying that maybe people could really push on in the future. And there's always that kind of one: do you let the clients win, or
let me win,
or do we let Matt win, or do you just beat them and just let them know that you're a very good player and you're a stern businessman as well?
I do think that more sporting activities will come into play. Obviously, like you mentioned, Dan, golf. I think that's a massive one. Obviously, if the weather's good. But even indoor things, everyone's used to going to pubs and bars and things like that. I feel like now, where everyone's been locked away, it's going to be a mad rush for everyone to get out and just go mad and try new things. And I think things like, I don't know, crazy golf and, swingers and even bounce and things like that. Just people trying new things, new activities that they ain't tried before. They may, be used to most sports, which is tend to, be the case with me, especially if I'm used to. But yeah, old Dan's disappeared. But yeah, I just think, I think people are going to be doing more kind of sporting events, things like that. Even things like, Ascot days. Not many people look at it, but when things do go back to normal, I feel like people will try new things like this, taking your clients to Ascot or, little different things like that.
Well, I think you're right, because I think before this, it was quite easy, wasn't it? You almost had so many things you could do, and we were just thinking really make it in London, pretty simple for people, relatively casual. They can pop in for one, pop in for two, or if they want to spend, you know, a longer amount of time, it's not a problem. It's very, very easy. But now, I mean, I've heard a few sort of friends and family talk about, you know, doing a pub day or whatever it is. And some people are saying that you have singular tables, you can only stay on the table, you order on the table. So then the event that we're trying to do is where you get, you know, get to mingle, get to have a chat, and essentially just say, look, thank you so much for the business that you guys, you know, do with us. It's a pleasure, whatever it is. It's got to be quite hard to do that. So again, yeah, like you're saying, you just got to try and think of a way in which you keep them principles of good business, but it's got to be relatively fun. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be really, not many people are going to turn out if it's like, yeah, not something.
I think it's hard at the moment. Obviously, you know, we don't know what's going to kind of come back first. Like, obviously, gyms are not opening, but they are opening with like, you know, if you look at, you know, the tennis courts are open.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I'm going to play tennis with anyone because I'm honestly absolutely terrible. But what I'm saying is, you know, there's things that are opening in places that, you know, people are going to want to try out. So I won't be wearing my sweatbands and things like that to play against any clients because tennis is not my game. Dan's beat me a few times at squash. That's hard enough. But what I mean is, there's just there's different things opening at different stages, and there's not like, you know, everything opening all at once. So, you know, people can go do what they want. People are going to have to be selective in what they do.
Yeah, I think it's good to do maybe a little good brainstorm. The first thing good, I mean, in terms of, like, let's say, very much like the staff and the client events, I know with the staff events, we normally try and do something a bit more semi-formal at the start, keep everyone in the loop, and then we normally then go on afterwards. But I think as a good soundboard, you know, think of some different ideas. And I know, like, when we're brainstorming, we can come up with some crazy stuff, but think of the different options, and really it's about, you know, what people are confident with. And if we look at, you know, is it going to be one large summer event, or is it going to be some smaller events over a different set of months? Do you know what I mean? And then just really gauge and see, you know, in terms of my position, you know, like, I've got a family side who are really, like, you know, quite confident of going out, integrating, socializing. I've also got a different side of the family that are not there yet. So I think, you know, just, it's nice to, you know, put the olive branch out there and see what people want to do. But even our expectation, we probably can't expect everyone to be thinking, actually, yeah, you know, I'm ready to sort of go out and, you know, do the socials.
Yeah, for me, I think kind of like just like reviewing everything in client events and even staff events, it's all about building rapport. And there's only so much, I think, for me, when I started as a young businessman, I was thinking, like, maybe a little bit lack of confidence and a little bit lack of experience. I was like kind of treading on eggshells. I didn't want to say the wrong thing or annoy the client, or I wanted to make sure everything was perfect and things like that. And that's how we kind of project our business now, not maybe stepping on eggshells, but being very confident and using our experience to make sure that we're giving the best experience and we're doing the best service and things like that. But that, I massively feel our business has changed and our clientele have changed just by building that rapport. Being a very phone-based company when we first started, it was very hard to kind of build those relationships and stay in touch and get to know the client. That's what makes it fun, right? Is when you're speaking from Mary from Dundee, and you've got a little bit of relationship and rapport, but when you do get to meet these people, you get to learn so much more about their families and what their interests are and their hobbies. And it's so nice to kind of bounce off people and actually create kind of friends in the industry, which is really good. And these social events are so pivotal for that. And it's also, I think it's kind of dropping the kind of businessman facade and just actually showing that, like, we're real people as well. We enjoy going out for dinner, having drinks and socialising. I think it's so key in business. I think a lot of people really struggle to kind of drop that.
It's just showing people that we are all the same. Do you know what I mean? Like, we do the exact same. We're interested in, you know, what you guys do, and, you know, you're interested in what we do, and, you know, doing different things. It just shows different sides to people, and I think that's the best way of building relationships and getting to know someone. You know, they might like, I don't know, squash or something like that. You know, something that we've never tried before. and you end up kind of trying something new, or it just shows a different side to people, which is perfect for business.
So coming on to staff events for us, we've kind of we've kind of gone from one extreme to the other. Where this year we went to Budapest, which was good. We went there for 2 nights. Left on the Friday, come home Sunday, which was good. It was really good to take the team in, and there was a lot of things we were doing as well that was taking people out of their comfort zone. So I know that what we did as well when we first started doing the social events, one thing that we really started doing was taking people karaoke, right? So it was an absolute really, really, really good to see. You might have someone who's very introverted in the office, but we did have one person, I'm going to name the name, but they were really introverted in the office, like to keep themselves to themselves, didn't mind going to lunch on their own, but give them a microphone and a select few songs, and they lit up the stage. It was really good to see. And I think sometimes it's quite nice where none of us are like, I think it's Barry White or whatever, or Stevie Wonder. None of us are great singers, but it's really good to see who's willing to kind of.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know about me, mate. I can hit a few notes now and then.
Me and you have killed a few songs together many a time.
Exactly.
But it's really good. And for me, I think something I massively promote for us is to keep doing karaoke. We always end up going to a karaoke bar, and it's kind of like everyone's together. People, Matt, you never get up enough and do enough karaoke for my liking, which we're looking to change this year.
Hold on, mate, but I am a fantastic DJ. Fantastic DJ.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I will give you that.
The thing is, he's carrying that momentum forward. You hear one good song, and it goes silent. Everyone's like, "Oh no!" And then I don't know.
I've heard a few people call you. You are the other version of David Guetta. So I don't know whether that's true. I've heard rumours that you are, you're some way along related.
But it is. There's so many benefits from like the karaoke. And we're just very mindful, because obviously we've got relatively, quite a young team, and it's always then trying to think of how do we do an event that's fun, but how do we also, inject some confidence into them, build some rapport, and then they come so much out of their shell, and also bond as people. They get to see us as, very, very normal human beings as we are. One of our principles is just, again, being human. And then it's like, right, they actually then just really progress really, really well. But straight away you're thinking, great, karaoke room, but how close are you all together? Do you know what I mean? So can you do that outdoors?
I know, yeah, that's a whole new stage for me to take up on myself. Do you know what I mean? Now it's more like a crowd. Yeah, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for that yet.
You do, like, I mean, like our natural, the past that we used to do, it was so good when all conditions are perfect. Do you know what I mean? And now thinking we want to try and get the same result with relatively, social distancing in place, and also what's available open. So, I was thinking in my head, naturally, I was thinking, right, are they going to start looking at like a festival, an outdoor event somehow, where you might have, I don't know, certain areas of the crowd and they are limited, like you've got a space and it's just 100 people in that space and there you go. But I'm sort of yet to see. I mean, one thing I did see was the outdoor cinemas. So I was thinking in my head, don't get me wrong, all right, it might not be the most fun, and some of the films that are on there, in my opinion, are a little bit with. But again, it's a bit of effort as well, isn't it? I mean, it's very easy to just go, all right, it isn't what we used to do, and we're just going to wait for it to come back to life. We're very progressive, and we think, let's give it a chance. Let's at least see who would want to do this, and just try. So I think that, for me, naturally thinking, that could be one, that you almost do a bit of an outdoor picnic, if that makes sense. Everyone together, bring some bits and pieces, watch a film. Maybe like that's a. What are actually our options?
There isn't many. Could go motocrossing, Matt. It's saying I've got into at the moment. It's saying different, but yeah, there is things to do. But I just feel like now we're going to be very open-minded of like, what different stuff there is.
I was going to say, well, we did think about one time, didn't we? I think it was around about the Olympic year or something like this, about doing an outdoor sports day.
Yes. Yeah, we did.
You could easily do like, even on the Heath, do you know what I mean? You could easily do some sort of sports day, maybe organise like, I don't know, you must be able to, I don't know if you could rent an area or get some sort of like barbecue style sort of serving of food and then just have some like funny races and stuff like that.
It was to rent like a track, like an actual track, and have stuff obviously on that. You got the no, it's true though. You could 100%.
I set the 1,500 metre record at my school. I did. I think it was. I think it was on verge of Olympic times, like qualifying. Yeah.
Could I see the paperwork for that, please?
No.
You know what I mean? So that would be realistically, we are governed to it being outdoors because we've got quite a lot of people, whether it be a staff event or a client event. So it has to be outdoors. It has to have something to do with either food and refreshments, and it has to have some sort of fun element to it. So, you know what I mean? I do love I love the idea of golf. I do love it, but the only thing is it does split quite a few people up. But again, I still think that's an option to put hat in the ring, if that makes sense. I think you've got. Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard to think about, ain't it?
Literally, only because you just got to keep them things in and then that outdoor cinema, like you're saying, and then that some sort of race or some sort of like fun day, or do you just do an outdoor social? Literally, just maybe get a terrace somewhere, maybe somewhere that's got like a nice terrace. Even I don't know how a Madison style would work because you have got a good volume of space, but then are you limited by the square foot of how many people you can have in that space? And also, are they going to be promoting events? Because right now it's all about being in your bubble or being in, I don't know what the phrase is, but that sort of like you're in a familiar pod. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't.
I did have an idea the other day. Obviously, football's slowly coming back, isn't it? And obviously, it's it's a very popular sport. So even if you used to have something like it's something I've wanted to do for a long time, is like a charitable football event.
Okay.
You could have some clients obviously play, the ones that wanted to. The other ones could obviously just enjoy the social part of it and kind of mingle. But I just feel like it is something that it will be popular. You're obviously doing it to our chosen charity, but also as well you're doing it for a good cause. But it gets people together, and a lot of people, obviously football being a popular sport, it is it's something that most people can enjoy. The others that don't enjoy it can obviously enjoy the social.
I think that's a really good point of trying to tie it in maybe with like you're saying, with obviously we do obviously like you've done quite a bit already straight away for charity. Maybe that's quite a good idea as well. Maybe reach out to some of the charities and see are they sort of thinking along the lines of doing any sort of event, or is there anything like saying an event that we can do and tie it up with raising some money, like some clients? I think that it'd definitely be good to sort of reach out, maybe do like a bit of a small survey and just even see who's up, like you're saying, for venturing out. I know, even talking from my own experience, when I was obviously right at the start of lockdown and then working from home, I quite enjoy. I definitely enjoyed sort of that planned return to work. And I think naturally, especially as a company and our vibe and our brand, it is that sort of social, it is that human interaction. So I think it'd be quite natural for us to go into that. I think that'd be good just to talk to the staff, Dan. Sort of be up for it, be up for some sort of outing, and then maybe James, sort of do something in terms of the clients, getting in contact and saying, who we're thinking at the moment, doing something.
Perfect. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone, as well. Matt, you're looking for some suggestions, right? If people want to interact on this, leave a comment or share it, and other people do, we can maybe use this up a little as a tally board and start to see if people have got any ideas and anything to bounce off. We'd really appreciate that. But thanks for tuning in this week.